shut down a couple minutes ago. I'm about over Pinyon Flats, which is kind of north and west of Toro Peak a little bit. A really strong, rowdy thermal here. Like when you're in the core, it's going up real good, but the rest of the time you're getting thrashed. I think it's going to be a pretty good day. Okay, so I'm rolling along under this little cloud street, and I'm on my way to Warner. I was thinking about going pretty far south, like Acamba. But so far I'm pretty unimpressed with these climbs under these clouds, so I may just try to turn Warner and then go north, jump the pass and get up to Big Bear. Now this one feels like a pretty good thermal, maybe. They've been really, really trashy. Cloud base is nice and high, but I haven't gotten anywhere near it yet. Okay, well, I'm at 12.5. Looks like cloud base is now 13 or a little better. I'm just north of Warner Springs, about 10 miles. Anyway, I think I'm just going to try and turn Warner and then head back north, because it looks better to the north. Even though there's queues down to the south, I just don't really like the look of them. Okay, well, I'm pretty much right over Warner, about a mile east. And I got a climb here. It's kind of another one of these rowdy little kind of junky thermals. I think I'm going to turn around after this and go north. Actually, this is a pretty good climb here. Okay, so I turned Warner. I'm under the queues. I'm just going to keep going north now, see how it is. Looks like I should be able to get across to Gorgonio. And then we'll go out in the high desert. Or at least that's the plan. And it's almost 1 o'clock, and the lift seems to be getting a bit better, as you would expect. Okay, well, I'm right over Talkeet's Peak, and I think I just wandered into a fairly good one here, trying to get it cored. Blundering is my preferred thermal entry method. Boy, really pretty straight down. The cliffs are just vertical granite cliffs. Anyone that's flown up around Talkeet's Rock on San Jacinto knows what I'm talking about. Very pretty. Idlewild and Talkeet's area. It's one of my favorite areas on the ground and in the air. It's really beautiful. In fact, Idlewild's probably prettier than Big Bear, but it's such a dinky little place. See it down there. Okay, I'm heading north over the Banning Pass, and leaving the mountains at about 11:06. There are some little wispy queues out west of me. I don't know if they're worth going for or not. Probably are. In fact, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go west and then cross where the little puffies are. Might might make more sense. It looks like there's a shear line there. That's what we'll do. Okay, well, I got across the pass. I'm kind of out in front of the mountain here. Over the first bits of high ground. Kind of another one of these chunky little thermals, but it looks like I'll be able to claw my way up into the good stuff. Okay, well, I'm 11.7, just on the south flank of San Gorgonio. That's San Gorgonio. My second try at getting up in here, I cut across directly. I was out on this ridge right out here to the west, and I got up to about a little over 10. Tried just going direct north, and I just got drilled. And I think it's because there's an east wind. So I went back out to that ridge and clawed my way up. And oh, that's a nice view of San Gorgonio right there. Well, I think I'm going to go towards Barstow. See if I can get out to Barstow, and then, I don't know after that. Maybe Crystal Air is going that way. Okay, well, we're just southeast of Big Bear now. On this ridge, I think I got a pretty good one here. I really like Big Bear. So beautiful. Was just listening to the AWAS, Big Bear, and it was saying that cloud base is 8,000 broken, and I think they're off by about 5,000 at least. Because we're at 12 and the clouds are still way above us. Looks like the cloud base out over the high desert might be 13.5, 14,000. About 13 there. And we'll start going north. So I got Big Bear made in the shade, Yucca Valley, Apple Valley just barely. Plus there's a bunch of dirt strips and dry lakes out here, so those are my emergency fields. So there's a temporary restricted airspace just kind of over to that way. They've extended the normal restricted airspace for some reason. I don't know what they got going on, but we'll stay west of it or above it. Actually, the end of it's right off the nose. So we're going to go that way. looks like we can go around it and be in the best clouds. For a change, usually the best clouds are deep into the restricted airspace, wherever that is. Okay, well, I'm out here on kind of southeastern dry lake, looking to get a climate or some of these clouds if possible. Barstow's just about 25 miles, more or less, right off the nose. Well, I finally got a good climb out here. Started out about 3 and went up to over 6, and still doing okay. About 15 miles south of Barstow, and might as well just head northeast, I think. Alright, 13.5. That's high as I've been all day. 31 degrees. Okay, so I'm about, I don't know, 10 or 11 miles east of Barstow. I'm about to cross over, I think it might be the 40, a set of train tracks and a freeway. And I'm kind of paralleling the 15, but I'm probably 12 or 14 miles kind of east of it on a parallel track. I don't know what I'm doing out here, but I'm just going. Well, as of now, I've got Ludlow, Barstow Daggett, and a couple little private strips, and almost got Baker made in a glide. I probably actually do have it, but because I think I got a pretty good south wind here. So I figure I just keep on going north and east, and I get to what seems like a good place to turn around, I will, and I'm sure I'm not going to get home under gliding today. It's just pretty far away, and I'm getting farther away at 3 in the afternoon, and there's a big restricted area between me and home. I gotta either go around the west or the east side of. It's not impossible, but we'll see. Well, I actually into a good one here, and circling left just to prove I can do it. It says 7 knots average. We like that. I just noticed there's actually some parts of the desert to the northeast that look green, kind of up in the hills there. I'll see if I can see it better. Almost like that maybe it thunderstormed out there or something. Yeah, little patch of green down there. I think it's a spring. Okay, well, kind of getting closer to the 215 or the 15 or whatever that is, and I've got Baker in a glide. think I'm going to get to this next batch of clouds and then go east and just keep jigging and jogging north and east. A bit of a blue area up here. In fact, I think I'll turn it east a little now. It's a good idea to stick with the clouds. So, Baker's down there somewhere. Well, down to 10. I'm going to need to climb again pretty soon. Well, I'm northeast of Zizix. Kind of, what am I? Guess south about 10 miles from Baker. I can see it off to my left. I'm heading for these clouds, but I'm getting a little low. Down to 8. Might have to start the motor. My landing options from here, there's nothing at all out to the right side. But I'm over a big dry lake with a salt flat. And there's Baker off to the left, which I have in an easy glide. And then there's a big dry lake just past the airport, which I also have in a glide. But I'd sure like to hit a nice thermal somewhere. What I've been hitting is a lot of sink, which is sucking hard. Well, I had to light the motor northeast of Baker. I was heading into that high terrain on the north side of the Baker grade. And it was getting lower and lower. And so I started it as usual. I went about another mile, hit some lift, so I would have made it. But I like to play it safe, and I still had a glide over to Baker. So now what I'm doing is kind of doing a cruise climb home. I thermaled up, actually, over these lava flows and like cinder cone things that are out there about 10 or 15 miles east of the 15. And I just decided, out of hell with it. It's 4:15. So I left the motor on and climbed out with the motor in a booming thermal, of course. Because I had the motor at about 4,000 RPM, and now I'm in cruise, just motoring home. I'm going to go home a different way. I'm going to go east. Seems like the fastest way is to go east of the big restricted area, down around like 29 Palms, and then over the hills. Well, I'm cruising home. I'm 13.5. I'm still climbing a little. I just allowed it to climb every time I went under a queue with lift. And so here I am out in the middle of sort of still there. It looks like I'm getting about 150 feet a minute. But I'm in cruise setting on the prop, not climb. And I'm going to go over this next little set of clouds. And I'm using my handy iPad to navigate back with. So I'm going to go east of R2501 until I'm south of the restricted area, and then I will turn west, or southwest, actually. This is kind of cool. I'm still climbing at about 100 feet a minute in cruise pitch at 60. So yeah, I'm not able to get the winds, and it doesn't really matter. Whoa, going over the tops of the clouds. What fun. Okay, now I'm going to stay at 14 and let it accelerate. If it will. So I'm bombing along here at 14,000 feet. I'm doing about 80 knots indicated and about 96 knots over the ground, which I think I'm going pretty much straight into about a 10 to 15 knot headwind. Things running cool as a cucumber though up here. It's says it's 35 degrees. The oil temp's real low. I got the cowl flap closed. Buzzing along over the tops of the little puffy clouds. I don't think I'll make it over these ones out here, but we'll see. Oh, it's 4:30. This is pretty cool. Still bombing along here at 14,000, about 85 to 90 knots over the ground. And I've got the cockpit heater on because it's got a little chilly. And I'm just about just south, a little east of Amboy. And it looks like I'm going to have to bend a little bit here to stay under the clouds, because I don't want to go up to 15 or anything.